Well, better safe than sorry.
Yep. What is up, the world of the living? My name is Zloyxp and welcome back to Truly Bedrock. Friends, in the span of the last few episodes, we've done a lot of cool things. We got a garden farm, we got a villager setup, we got ourselves the all-store, and all of this, turns out, came to roost. For one, this chest appeared as a payment from Rogue Fox. Rogue Fox has commissioned me a few mending books, and would you look at that? He sure delivered. 48 diamonds. That's 8 per book I gave him. This is absolutely incredible, so thank you, Rogue. That will be appreciated. On top of that, we got Zloy. We promised you some shells, Mr. Beatstone, because I did not just give Kilodron, Blue Jay, and Prowl an elytra to go out into the outer end and grab shulker boxes. I also helped Beatstone and his personal and raiding expedition with a few unbreaking books, and would you look at this? Ta-da! 9 shulker boxes, not shulker shells, 9 shulker boxes and quite a few of really cool things. Also, just like this, my friends, all of our hard work is rapidly paying off, and that is just absolutely amazing. But that's not even the best of it. We haven't even gotten to the Hi? Well then. This is apparently from Foxy No Tail. Because he was the one I recently traded Antisite with. Will this go away if I ignore it? No, alright, don't worry. I think I know how to fix this peculiar situation. Ta-da! Now that it has nipples, it's not nearly as ugly. Anyway, yeah. We'll deal with this later. I'll grab some andesite, I'll donate it to Foxy or whatever. But I was more eager about checking out my profits in the Mandian 1 sale for 8 diamonds each. And look at that. Stack, another stack, and another stack, and another 8. And that's not even all of the Mandian books and Unbreaking 3 books sold. Ah, that is amazing. And believe it or not, remember the elytra that we given to Kilodron? Well, turns out their little gang of rascals has legitimately went out into the end and gotten elytras and shulker boxes for sale for very affordable prices. And a shulker box is just 5 diamonds as opposed to 50 or whatever, 20 or whatever Foxy has been selling. So 4 times less. This is amazing. And of course we will need quite a few shulker boxes, mind you, considering my goal for today. My friends, let's go to the All Store and let's see what it has to offer. Because if the All Store has really caught on lately, we will be today doing our first steps towards perfectly automating it. So this donkey is getting progressively more expensive. But let's actually take a look at the All Store and at the commercial area around it. Look at that, we got the giant chicken, the giant fish, the giant rocket, and the giant cactus. And the only thing not giant in here is my All Store, which, yeah, is gonna get much bigger also. But let's not talk about that. So first and foremost, I'm of course interested in the Cobble buyout program, because a lot of people needed diamonds to pay me for the mending books, and as a result, quite a few of them actually went in. Holy poop, that's... Are we filled in? Are we filled in? We are... Oh my god. We are filled in on Cobble! There's only 1 barrel that's not been bought out. Holy crap, this is incredible. Now, of course, you would be like, Zloy, why are you so happy about this? This is you losing diamonds. It's the opposite of what you wanted. But, mind you, you have to consider the following. This shop's point currently is not to just make money. The point of this shop is to train the locals to bring materials and sell them to me. So them selling me cobblestone for 8 diamonds a piece is actually very important. Oh my god, somebody... Well, this is exactly the opposite of how I expected this particular chest to go. Somebody sold me iron. What? What? Last season, people complained that they needed iron, and this season they're selling it to me? I'm okay with this. I will need quite a bit of iron myself. And hey, look, the redstone is also being currently bought by the store. So that's nice. But it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We are making a profit for now, even if we're not making the purest profit I wanted. But for that we have a brand new scheme and a brand new situation. You might remember that when I was making this, I did a little bit of a mistake. I didn't actually write down how many materials and of what kind I was putting into the store, meaning that I did not write down how much I have invested, so I can't exactly calculate the profit for it. But now that I have figured out a little bit of redstone, I think I can make an automated system that will not only run the store for us, but on top of that, will also help us with the bookkeeping. I don't know, this might be incredibly boring to you, and I apologize if it is, but I am very excited about this, and I hope you are gonna get too after I explain it to you for just a little bit. So, meet me in a super flat creative world. Thank you for coming. So, why are we here? Well, my friends, I figured since we're developing something redstone-wise, and since I'm not exactly the smartest redstoner around, I've decided that we're gonna do it together as much as possible, and I will try to explain what I'm trying to accomplish to you. And if you have any feedback, do let me know in the comments, because I am counting on my fanbase, because you guys are very much smarter than I am. So, what are we doing here? Well, you remember that the entire point of the old store is that it is being restocked not by me, but by other people. So-called hustlers. So first and foremost, of course, what I want to do is I want a hustler to be able to just come in, put materials into a particular chest, get rewarded for it, and all of the materials from the place to go into a particular system. So what we instantly need to do is we will need an item filter, right? That will go from the chest into the item filter into the shulker box packaging unit. After that, we need the shulker boxes or whatever containers we end up using to go down into a storage system of some sorts, from which they will one by one be dispensed into the actual store for the actual customers to be able to buy them. So they'll be coming in, they'll be emptying the shulker boxes, and the shulker box will be broken, picked up by a particular different system, and developed back up here for more hustlers to fill them up. Now here's a little ditty that I came up with just for the pricing mechanism, because this is actually kind of my favorite part. Check this out. We have this shulker box, which we're comparing against this barrel. And let's say we're subtracting, let's say this amount from this shulker box, just for giggles for now. This comparator is comparing this signal strength from this barrel to the signal strength from this shulker box and how full it is. Basically, then what we're doing is we're taking this signal and going something like this. As long as this is not powered whatsoever, this torch remains open, remains working, and everything is fine and dandy. But, and if we remove, like lower the price, actually up the price for this particular minecart with chest. See? It lined up. It broke. It worked. And I'm really happy about it. So let's see. Let's pretend that we have a shulker box that got filled in all the way down here. Gets broken and a new one is dispensed. And hey, look, they even go in there. Except they don't. They really don't. And that is the problem with this system, if I'm being completely honest with you. This system right now doesn't necessarily let me, output shulker boxes correctly. And testing this out, this is unreliable as all get out. It is, yeah, it's just like, where? Where are you? How are you? What? Okay, are you just full? Okay, if we clear this one out, and if we do, yeah. You see what I'm talking about? If even we decide that this is good enough for me, This is not how I want the system to be. Because guess what? The item filters on top of the hopper, on top of the sugar box, is what will be slowing us down. Hoppers really only have so much of a speed that they can offer for you. So if you are surrendering a large quantity of materials to into the system, then you're gonna be waiting there for a while. It's gonna take flipping forever for the entire sugar box to fill in. And I don't want my contractors, my freelancers, my hustlers to have to stand there for forever. And I did come up with a solution for it. I don't think you're gonna like it, but I did. To just... I'm sorry. To just make more item filters of the same kind. Put them in a row and direct all of them into the same shulker box. Here's the problem though. If we do this, then the shulker box will not only glitch out into this hopper up there. It will glitch out into this hopper down here, into this hopper down here. Every flipping direction that it can possibly glitch out, it will glitch out. And that's just not okay, so I'm guessing we gotta give up on shulker boxes, everyone. I'm sorry. Minecraft 1.9 is cancelled. Shulker boxes on Bedrock Edition, not the best thing to be using. Period. Though that's where I guess the comment section is coming in, and yeah, if you have an idea that is better than this, do let me know. I will be happy to implement it. But for now, I guess we're giving up on shulker boxes. I wonder if we can do this with regular chests or barrels. You know, just pushing them in a piston tape into a particular place. Actually, now that I think about it, gang, I don't want to oversell it or anything, but this is the stupidest flipping thing I've ever done. Look at this. This here is the filling in contraption for our future shop. It uses storage minecarts. It uses minecarts with a chest instead of shulker boxes. This here, actually, if you might recognize this is a design that I developed for the train station. This is a train station. But instead of a train station, this is a filling in design. And here's how it works. If a minecart is sitting on a detector rail, then you can detect how filled that minecart is using a comparator down here. As soon as this minecart is as filled as this barrel down here, which is, wow, a lot actually. Yeah, the minecart just buzzes off and it's absolutely great. On top of it are 2 item filters. It's not 3 or 4 like I originally wanted, mind you, but it is still pretty good. It is still pretty great. It is still twice as fast as just using a shulker box. So I will take it, whatever. So we have the minecart and it starts getting filled in. I don't actually know if there's anything in these item filters. Yep, there's some redstone, but yeah, there's nothing. So let's artificially fill it in with just our disgusting human hands. And it goes away. So filtering and filling in material. Done. Great job, everyone. The trouble now is that I need to develop a system that will fully function with storage minecarts. Check this crap out. I promise you're gonna love it. So, here's the problem with this situation. It outputs minecarts as entities. And minecarts, that's the thing though. When broken, they don't become just empty minecart chests. When broken by a player, at the very least, I don't think, they become separately a minecart and a chest, and you have to craft them back together. Meaning that there's a little bit of a limitation in how we can deliver the empty minecarts back in. They have to stay entities for their entire lives. So the way we'll be dispensing them, instead of just a simple dispenser, is gonna be this. This is a minecart storage / dispensing system. So when that contraption there fills in a minecart, it's gonna call out a signal to first let the minecart it just filled in go away, and second, get the next minecart into it. We need to feed it an empty minecart from this list of empty minecarts, right? So how is this gonna look? Well, we have this tower of minecarts. I'm sorry, this is stupid. We have this giant tower of minecarts, right? And what we're doing is we need to push one of them into the system, but only the lowest one, only the one at the very bottom. And we will be doing it with a water stream, because guess what? If there will be a rail under this entire situation, you just can't form a minecart tower, turns out, if there's a rail at the bottom. Instead, all the minecarts, look at this. 1, 2, come on, 3. They all start inhabiting the same spot, the same block. There was like 3 minecarts in there. So we need to do this without a rail, so we're using a water stream. We'll be using a water stream to push minecarts from the bottom. And basically doing this like a reverse Pez dispenser? Question mark? I guess so. But the worst part of it is that it actually works. Check this out. We open the water stream, minecart comes out, and the water stream closes because this string detects a minecart. So, yeah! Congratulations! I made the stupidest flipping thing ever just because I didn't want to work with shulker boxes because they're a little glitchy on Bedrock. I am the smartest man alive, everyone. No one compares. Mambo who? Anyway, yeah, this system needs to be repeated actually twice, because we will have 2 separate storage units. One for the empty minecarts and one for the filled-in ones. Meaning that the final contraption looks something like this. Right? Look at that. Just look at that. Alright, imagine. You are at a store, at my store, you put a diamond into the payment chest and you go picking an item and you see, alright, I want to buy this 2 redstone. And you buy it and an empty minecart instantly jets off and a new one with materials on it comes in. That is incredibly convenient for the customer, right? Isn't it? But then also the empty minecart slowly makes its way all the way up, all the way here, all the way into this separate system, and eventually, because I cannot speed this up, I'm sorry, the ice does not speed up entities, so we're kind of working with what we can get. Yeah. And we get a new minecart that is gonna be filled in with materials from these item sorters up here. Now, quite a lot to unpack here, to be completely honest. For one, we will actually not do in a server any favors by having, you know, like 10 separate entities per item that we'll be selling. You have to keep in mind, this is not just the system. This is the system for one material that we're selling. And the second problem with it is that per every single module, I will need at least like 5 or 10 minecarts. And on all the basic materials, that's like 18 to 20 multiplied by 5. Yeah, that's just 100 to 200 entities sitting stacked on top of one another in the middle of a community commercial area. I don't think the server's gonna approve. Well, there's only one way to be absolutely sure about these things. So let's do a little bit of an experiment, shall we? That's 3 full chests of minecarts and then some. This is approximately 100 minecarts. Just kind of chilling there. And honestly, I don't see any like FPS drops, though then again I have no idea how the server feels about this entire situation. Who's online? Okay. Slack actually does have a pretty powerful computer. Hey Lee, can you come over to the shops for a moment? Hey Lee.
I never like it when you use that tone of voice. What's up?
Yeah, I don't hear the fans of your computer going off too much.
I mean, I did, get to replace like half of it a couple months ago, but
So
why?
they're not woman crazy anymore, are they? How you feeling? Just like the frame's okay, everything's as intended.
Yes. Yeah, no, my computer's not giving me no, there's a little bit of FPS lag.
A
Like
little
not
bit.
like enough that I can notice it as I go over that part versus if I go over a different area. I had to
Mm.
actually be looking at them to get it though.
Ah, yeah, okay, that's the problem. Yeah. I see. Well, I see what's the issue here. It's that there's 100 minecarts.
No, I think that that's a pretty obvious issue.
We'll have to
So like
keep.
why are
We'll have to fix this, aren't we? Yeah. Oh well.
why are there 100 minecarts?
Do you really wanna know?
You know what? Statistically, probably not. Bye.
And here's the silly thing: in action on the actual server. We have the minecarts already being auto-packaged to have at least some cobble in them. As soon as they dry off, a next one would be dispensed. But unfortunately, I think, yep, we ran out of cobblestone, which is why that minecart up there is currently being stuck. Throw some cobble into the item filter. Item filter goes in. Item filter auto filters and throws out the... Oh, there it is. There it goes. And the next one. Oh, yeah. So, conclusion. The storage for the filled-in minecarts works. The storage for empty minecarts also works. The unloading mechanism works. The loading mechanism works. This is all perfect. I love it. There are only two things to add. The system of reward, which is something I really want to add, of course, because that's the whole point. But I feel that that's something that will be easier to add after I have several of these standing in a row, because that way I will know what I'm dealing with and how to wire it correctly. Also, I need to add a system that will, of course, deliver the receipts to me every time something is bought and every time something is finished. But both of those systems are basically one giant water stream, actually two different water streams. Not even that. One of those systems is a giant redstone line leading to like 8 dispensers, droppers, that will deliver 8 diamonds to the whoever has been selling stuff. And then another system, the receipts one, is basically one giant water stream with a bunch of droppers pointed into it. It's all very mundane and very inconvenient to add before I have all of these installed, or at least several of these installed. And that's where we get to an even more interesting part, and that is installing all of them, because, my friends, there is quite a bit of baggage going on. Not baggage, as in bugs, going on with storage minecarts, or minecarts, period, on this or any version of Minecraft. You see, minecarts tend to disappear when crossing a chunk border. As a result, we will be assembling these things, these modules, within a chunk. Basically, in a way where the minecarts don't actually cross any chunk borders and actually are working perfectly. On top of that, I calculated one of these modules is basically 8 blocks wide, so I can put 2 of them into a single chunk. I think I positioned this one tiny bit wrong. We'll see if I can account for that. There are some tweaks to the design I can probably put together. But more importantly, we have commandeered 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 chunks of the commercial area for our purposes. I discussed it with the rest of the server. They seem to be fairly alright with it, even though they are a little bit stingy about me commandeering this much and complaining that, well, I am setting a precedent for giant stores, for one, and for 2, I am taking a large bite out of the area. So I decided that even then I'm gonna be a really nice server mate and build this system in a way where I can build a giant hill over it, allowing the rest of the server to build on top of that and have themselves actually even more build in place as opposed to less. I feel this is a great idea. I feel all of this is really up my alley. I am loving what we accomplished already, and I absolutely love this stupid thing. Especially because you get to see, like, the minecarts sail off as you empty it. Like, check this out. Give me my cobblestone. Go away. And the next one, like, poop. It's so fun! It's such a fun contraption. Now, why did that have 2 cobble and this one had 3? I have no idea. Maybe something in the timing, maybe something about it. I'll figure it out, trust me. I'll have to build this thing another, like, what, 10 times? So, I think if I'm gonna have to build this thing 10 more times, I will figure out all the quirks eventually. But for now, even this is already a great accomplishment. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. This has been Zloyxp. This has been Truly Bedrock, now with automated shops. Do subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and do leave a like if you haven't. I am looking forward to reading all your comments, with your suggestions, ideas, and everything else. But for now, that's gonna be it. See ya. Bye.